Hey everybody, it's B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Today we have a battle against Maria, the same Maria from battles 47 and 69. So this is round 3. She won the first one, I won the second one, so this is a tiebreaker. And as you can see, she brought another very strong and well-balanced team. So it's going to be another good one, and we're going to get into it. So, she led with Azumarill, and I led with Azelf. So, I'm going to go right for the Thunder Punch, just to get damage, see how much I can do. That's going to drop her down to a third, so that was good. And she's in turn going to go for the knockoff on me, which is going to drop me all the way down to my Focus Sash, but I do survive because of it. So this turn, I'm just going to go for a Zen Headbutt, just in case she switched, but she stayed in, so that is going to be enough to take her Azumarill out and give me an early lead at 6-5. So then she's going to come in with Landorus and get the Intimidate to lower my attack, and I'm just going to go for another Zen Headbutt to get some damage before she takes me out, so that's not going to do too much. And then she's just going to go for the U-turn, which is going to be more than enough to finish me off. She actually gets the crit, but that didn't matter. So that's going to be it for Azelf, and that's going to tie the battle up at 5-5. And she also gets the mandatory switch and comes in with Starmie. So I'm going to come in with Togekiss, and she's going to switch out. Not exactly sure why. I guess she doesn't have any good moves for me. So she's going to come back in with Landorus and get the Intimidate to lower my attack. And I just went for an Air Slash for damage, but unfortunately I did miss that. And then she's going to regain some health with the leftovers. So this turn she's going to go for a Stealth Rock just to get the entry hazard set up. And I'm just going to go for another Air Slash. This time I connect, and that's going to take her down to about a third, which was good. And then she's going to regain more health with the leftovers. So this turn she's going to go for a U-turn, probably predicting a switch on my part, but I stayed in. So that's not going to do too much to me. And she does get the mandatory switch once again. So she's going to come back in with Starmie. And I just went for another Air Slash trying to wear her down. So that's going to take her down to a third. And then she's going to regain some health with the leftovers. And I'm going to regain the rest of my health with the leftovers as well. So this turn she's going to go for a Recover, and that is going to put her back up to almost full health. And I'm just going to go for another Air Slash, trying to keep wearing her down and take her right back down to a quarter. And then she's going to regain some more health with the leftovers. So she's going to switch out then. She knows she's not going to outlast me at this rate. So she's going to come in with Klefki. And I actually just went for a Thunder Wave this turn. So I'm going to land that and paralyze her. So I'm going to switch out then. I don't really have any good moves for this thing with Togekiss. So I'm going to come in with Houndoom and take some damage from the rocks. And she's actually fully paralyzed this turn, so can't do anything to me, so that was good. So she is going to switch out once again and come back in with Starmie, probably predicting the fire move. So I'm going to go for the Mega Evolution into Mega Houndoom. And I do go for the Flamethrower. But even so, that is still actually going to be enough to finish her Starmie off and give me the lead back at 5-4. So then she's going to come in with Breloom, and she's just going to go for the Mach Punch. I stayed in hoping to survive one of those, but unfortunately it was enough to take my Houndoom out and tie the battle up once again at 4-4. And then she's going to take some damage from the Life Orb, and I'm going to come back in with Togekiss and take some damage from the rocks. So she is going to go for a Spore, and that is going to put me to sleep. So I am asleep this turn, nothing I can do, unfortunately. And I am going to regain some health with the leftovers. So she's going to go for another switch and come in with Manectric. So luckily I do wake up this turn, and I'm just going to go for an Air Slash for more damage, and that's going to take her down by about a third, so not too bad. And then I'm going to regain more health with the leftovers. So this turn she's going to go for the Mega Evolution into Mega Manectric. And she's going to get the Intimidate to lower my attack. And she's just going to go straight for the Thunderbolt. I stayed in hoping to survive whatever she did, but unfortunately she does get the crit, so that actually takes my Togekiss right out and gives her the lead at 4-3. So, and then I'm going to come in with Roserade and take some damage from the rocks. So this turn she's going to go for the Volt Switch, which is not going to do much of anything to me, but she does get the mandatory switch. So she's going to come in with Klefki once again. And I just went for the Energy Ball for damage. So that's not going to do much of anything to her, unfortunately. And then she's going to regain some health with the leftovers. So I'm going to switch out then. I really don't have any good moves for this thing with Roserade. So I'm going to come in with Excadrill. And I'm going to take some damage from the rocks. And my Mold Breaker is going to come into play. So she's actually just going to go for the spikes to get a second entry hazard set up on me, which is not good. But I am going to regain the rest of my health with the leftovers. And she's also going to regain more health with the leftovers. So she's going to switch out then, probably predicting the ground move, because she's going to come in with Landorus and get the Intimidate to lower my attack. But I just went for the Stealth Rock instead to get the entry hazard set up. And then she's going to regain some health with the leftovers. So this turn, she does outspeed me, unfortunately, and she does go right for the Earthquake for max damage. I stayed in because I didn't really have a good switch out option, hoping to survive it, but unfortunately that takes me out in one shot. And now she has a big lead at 4-2, and she regains more health with the leftovers. So then I'm going to come in with Feraligatr, and I'm going to take some damage from the rocks and the spikes, and she's just going to go straight for another Earthquake trying to take me out. And she actually gets the crit, but luckily I do survive that with 28 health. I'm going to go for the Waterfall, and that is going to be more than enough to take her Landorus out finally, and now she's only leading 3-2. So then she's going to come back in with Manectric and take some damage from the rocks and get the Intimidate to lower my attack. So she actually goes for a switch here. To my surprise, I was hoping she would stay in, but she actually comes in with Breloom and takes some more damage from the rocks. And I guess she may have actually been predicting the Aqua Jet that I went for, so that's not going to hardly do anything to her, unfortunately. And then I'm going to take some damage from the Life Orb, and she's just going to go for a Mach Punch this turn, which is going to finish my Feraligatr off, and now she has a big lead back at 3-1, and she takes more damage from the Life Orb. So finally I'm going to come in with Roserade, and I'm going to take more damage from the rocks and the spikes, and she's just going to go for a Mach Punch, hoping to finish me off. But fortunately I do survive that with 20 health, and she's going to take more damage from that Life Orb. So I'm going to go for the Extra Sensory, and that is going to be enough to take her Breloom out. And now she's only leading 2-1. So then she's going to come back in with Manectric and take more damage from the rocks, get the Intimidate to lower my attack. But none of that's really going to matter, because she's just going to outspeed me, go for the Flamethrower, and that is going to be more than enough to finish my Roserade off, and that is game. So I did lose this one to Maria. It was a good game, very close. But she got a little bit luckier than I did with a couple things in the battle, and also made some good predictions, so that ended up leading her to get the win. But it was a good battle nonetheless. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. Also, if you're interested in battling me, leave a comment with your friend code. So that's it, and we will see you next time.